Hi DIYers, this is Michael from Alarm Grid, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the ZWave device limits on your Qolsys IQ Panel 2 or IQ Panel 2 Plus security system. Now, if you didn't know that the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus has ZWave device limits, well, it does. There is actually a limit to the number of ZWave devices that you can pair with the network. Now, I want to make a few things clear. There's also a ZWave device limit for alarm.com, which is a little bit lower. I believe that total is 122 or 128. We'll confirm in the description. It's one of those, but it's a little bit lower for the number that can get pushed over to alarm.com. But the IQ Panel 2 Plus or IQ Panel 2 has its own ZWave device limit, which is a little bit larger. I'll break down the numbers in a second. But this is basically the limit of the number of ZWave devices that can be added to the system for local panel control. Now, as I just said, alarm.com has its own ZWave device limits, so there'll be a smaller limit that will only get pushed over to alarm.com. I think it's 122 for that. But once you reach that limit, then any devices you add from there will only be available for local control. So keep that in mind, because we know most of you are going to be using this alarm.com for remote automation control. Just we're going to focus on local control for most of this video. So breaking down the ZWave device limits, it's split into different categories of ZWave device types. And the limits are pretty generous. You probably won't run into issues running out of device limits unless you're really in a large business or a large home. But to break down the numbers, you can have a maximum of 10 ZWave thermostats. You can have a maximum of 15 ZWave smart sockets. You can have a maximum of 20 ZWave door locks, a maximum of 80 ZWave lights, a maximum of 6 ZWave garage door controllers, and then a maximum of 21 other ZWave devices. So miscellaneous ZWave devices, I guess that would be things like water valves and such. And the total for ZWave devices, you add up all those numbers, you get 152. So if you max out the thermostats, the smart sockets, the door locks, the lights, the garage doors, and the other ZWave devices, you will reach the maximum local limit of 152 ZWave devices. And after that, you won't be able to add any more ZWave devices. Now, what I mentioned earlier were the maximum limits within the panel. And what you actually can do is you can go into installer programming and you can increase or decrease the ZWave device limits. There's not really any reason not to set them to the maximum limit. So you may as well just go in and do this. I believe they're set to the maximum by default, so you don't really have to go in and change anything. But if maybe an installer went in and decreased the ZWave device limits and you had to go back and change them, or you just wanted to see what the menu looks like, that's what we're going to show you here today. So here's how you would adjust the ZWave device limits on your Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus. So we're at our system here. We're going to press the small gray bar at the top. We're going to choose Settings. We're going to choose Advanced Settings.
Enter user code.
And we're going to enter in our installer code, which is 4 ones. And then we're going to choose Installation. We're going to choose Devices. We're going to choose ZWave Devices. And then we're going to go to ZWave Settings. And you can see here, ours haven't been set to the maximum limit right away. They're actually on the lowest limit, I believe. Thermostats is set to 3, so if we wanted to change it, we would have to go and increase it to 10. You just click on the little arrow at the side there and make sure to set it to 10, and then you can click the Set button. You just scroll to set. We'll go ahead and do this for a few of them. We won't do it for all of them. The lights, they do a lot. I believe that's 80 lights you can have, so we're going to be scrolling here. Just scrolling along. Here we go. And then we're at 80. Don't go to 0. That you'll have a bad time if you do that. So it's set at 880, and we can just press set. And that's how you would go about doing it. You can do it for door locks, other ZWave devices, and garage doors. And there are other ZWave settings in here, but we're just focusing on these here. So we'll leave the rest of those alone. You get the idea of how to adjust them. And once you set it, it's good to go. The changes have been saved, so you can return to the main menu by pressing the Home button. And any changes you made to the ZWave device limits have been set. They've been saved, updated, and you'll be able to add the corresponding limit based on what you set in that setting field. So that's how you adjust the ZWave device limits on the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus security system. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up below to like the video. We always appreciate that. And remember to subscribe to our channel to get updates on future videos. And if you have any questions about ZWave devices or the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus, or you're interested in monitoring service, send us an email at support@alarmgrid.com and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks. Have a great day.